AFK.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 10 of the AFK podcast. Woo! We did it.
Yippee!
10
10
weeks.
episodes. How long till we give up?
Two more.
100.
So, with this being episode 10, we're going to do a little special segment about midway through. But I think first off, let's start with the news. So, we're going to do some gaming news. We got Phasmophobia news. So, Daniel, want to
Yep,
take us
I
off?
will take the stage. So we got quite a bit from Phasmophobia, which I actually ended up missing last time because turns out there was a Steam post in which they gave us quite a bit of useful information. Most noteworthy being that the game will be crossplay on launch.
Good.
$20 pricing. I don't know whether that'll be £20 GBP or whether it'll be like what it translates to, £16.
hmm
There will also be partial voice recognition for consoles, in which means they will be able to like communicate with players in the in-game voice chat. The ghosts will be able to like find them through voice.
Ah,
But
yeah.
items like the spirit box, the Ouija board, the monkey paw, stuff like that, voice commands won't work. So instead, they've implemented like these prompts you can just press to ask questions.
hmm
So it's not too bad. And we also recently had the Xbox and PlayStation's store pages come up for them. The last one was the Xbox One a couple days ago. So if you're wanting it
Yippee.
on console, you can wishlist it, I believe. I don't think there's pre-purchasing yet.
When does it come out?
But yeah,
Is it?
well, that's the next thing I want to get.
Ah, okay.
The release date announcement should be in the next few days, I believe,
Oh,
because
I thought it was
it's
coming
coming
out
out.
on Halloween.
No, it's coming out with their Halloween event.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, that's all we know. So it might be in a week's time, week and a half, 2 weeks. We don't fully know yet, but it should be soon.
Well,
And it will also not be coming to Game Pass, to answer Isaac's question about last
What
time.
a shame. But I'll still probably get it. So,
Yeah, it's under like 20 quid, so might as well.
is
yeah.
that all the Phasmophobia news you have?
That is all the Phasmophobia news. I am looking so forward to playing it.
hmm
I've had this game in my library since I had a PC,
Yeah.
and the only person I've ever tried to play with it is either annoying as hell or their PC doesn't work properly.
hmm Well,
So
that's
yeah.
everything with Phasmophobia. I think it's time for Isaac. You brought this up. I have no idea what you're on about here, but a new Spore development team. So,
Yeah,
Yes. Now, this in the Spore community is massive news. Spore came out over 20 years ago, or almost 20 years ago now. It is so old. But recently, there's been rumblings in the subreddit about Spore 2. Now, there was a bunch of legal schmuck all the way back in like the 2010s, but I don't really know about that. We won't get into it. But they've recently added a new dev team for bug fixes and whatnot. There's still an active dev team working on it, but they've introduced new people.
hmm
They've also said that the Spore servers will probably last for another few years, which could even mean that Spore is going to die, which is unfortunate, but inevitable, I suppose, for such an old game.
hmm
Or they're going to work on Spore 2. Now, I don't know if the legal stuff has been sorted out, but I imagine it has. It's been at least 10 years since, I think there was any rumblings of it.
yeah.
So, hopefully, we get Spore 2. But
hope you do as well.
the main thing with the dev team is that it's the first behind the scenes news which aren't like bug fixes in I think about at least 5 years.
Yeah.
Which is big for the community. But I mean that's really it. Any more news I will let you know. But that's all I've got right now.
Well, that's Isaac with our sport update here at the
Mhm.
AFK podcast. So I think
Mm-hmm.
time to talk about a game which we haven't played because it's not actually out yet. I thought it was, but it's early
It's
access,
the digital deluxe.
which is
Early
Silent
access.
Hill 2 remake. Now, this has had trailers for ages. This has been I think it was announced a few years ago. And this game, and I said this game looks mid. Trailers did not do it justice because this game is getting glowing reviews.
I
Like
don't think
I,
I've
I don't
actually
think I've
seen a
seen
trailer
I've seen
for it.
anything lower than an 8 so far,
Oh
which
yeah,
is
no, it's
impressive.
currently on Steam. It's still 95% and the reviews have doubled.
Yeah, like wow. This
That's
game
good.
did not look very good from the trailers. I thought that they would kind of just shoehorn this out and they were like, we'll put all our money into the Snake Eater remake because that looks really good. But they're both good, so I guess Konami needs better trailer makers because they kind of made that game look kind of bad. So
Mm.
yeah,
Actually,
Have you
we'll have
guys
a
seen?
look. See any negative reviews real quick.
Because I
I'll
don't.
have a read of these if you guys want to discuss.
Because I haven't really seen any negative. I mean, I don't know if you have, Isaac. Seen any negative
I
reviews?
haven't seen. I haven't actually seen anything on it. In all
Oh.
honesty, um,
Mhm.
this is the first time. I knew it was coming out, but
Yeah.
yeah, this is the first I'm hearing.
Because I know the Silent Hill franchise. It's had games, obviously, after this, but I don't think it's as praised as it used to be. And also because obviously Resident Evil, which is what I thought this was just going to be a Resident Evil clone,
Mm.
remake wise. Because that's what it kind of. It was very action focused, which I saw a lot of fans talking about like how Silent Hill 2 is great for its story and atmosphere. So, and then just looking at some of the reviews now, people are saying that 10 out of 10 masterpiece. They took the OG and made it better in every way, which is what a remake should do, like the Resident Evil ones, which this will be easily compared to because it's a horror game remake. We got so far really enjoying the game, music and atmosphere are really good. Runs well considering my computer is really old on low settings. 1080p environments are really good. First time I see Unreal Engine being used well, so the game does look
That's
graphically
good. That's good.
good, amazing. So yeah, although I don't know if you guys have seen this from the original Silent Hill 2, but the sign, I believe it's the Welcome to Silent Hill sign. It used to be in Comic Sans, which they removed. They changed it, which is sad.
Damn.
But now we got some
Hopefully it's on the back of the sign and
got some
there's a
negative
little Easter
reviews
egg.
here.
No, I've sent 4 negative reviews I've found, which seem like the most common thing.
Is
The
performance?
first one looked at 30 FPS in cutscenes. That's not like.
Yeah, that's not too
That's
big
not.
a deal.
It was
I don't think that
jarring
warrants a
though.
negative
If you're
review.
playing at like 60, then a cutscene suddenly 30, it can be a
Yeah.
little jarring.
I
It
understand that.
I think maybe
Yeah.
just like it kind of ruins immersion, which these games are meant for immersion with the atmosphere.
Buddy has only played like 20 minutes, so
But
I
you
mean,
Yeah.
we got here instead of being Silent Hill, it gravitates and surely heavily inspired by the Resident Evil remakes. I mean, I don't really know how that's a negative.
yeah.
Trying to find what's the longest.
Game keeps
Oh.
crashing at the start menu. Wish I could play it on this review. I mean, that's fair. It
Yeah.
could be a PC thing, unless there's a lot of
That's
other
a
people having problems.
console
So
thing.
And this is another performance on PC.
yeah,
So I guess it's just that. Sadly, that next gen thing we have to get used to, which is PC ports not running on launch.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Which is quite annoying.
we shouldn't
and
have to
strange.
get used to now. But I
Yeah.
fear it's not changed.
Mm,
So I fear we're probably like this one here. OST include ripoff. This is just about the OST. Oh, okay, that's just
yeah,
Konami.
yeah.
Sadly, again,
yeah.
Konami.
That's the shame.
Yeah, Konami's never been that good of a company.
Yeah.
So
That's where the greed kind of shines through. Which is always
never-
disappointing, but hey, as long as the game's worth the price.
I never understood selling
Yeah.
soundtracks of games because like people are just gonna put them on YouTube for free anyway.
Mm.
Like Stardew Valley, I know sells the soundtrack separately. I was like, I can just get it for free.
I have that disc.
The only times I've ever got soundtracks on
It's like if it's
Steam
included.
is when I've bought bundles. So I
Yeah.
bought Ark Ultimate Edition, which gave me the soundtracks and the DLC soundtracks.
Mhm.
And then I got the Subnautica bundle, which gave me the OST as well.
Yeah, it's
That's
kind of
the
just
only
a
time
bit
I've ever.
pointless in my opinion.
Yeah.
Mm. I agree.
So,
Oh, I
and
also
also,
got the Cyberpunk one,
oh yeah,
but that was and the Sea of Thieves one. That was a base game though, so that's not bad.
and also, I mean, we are having someone on late at the end of this month to discuss the new Call of Duty. I know he will be playing Silent Hill 2 remake, so maybe we'll do like he can give his score
His
if he wants
take on
to.
it.
Yeah, so we can get an actual review. But yeah,
Hmm.
so that's now we've got the last thing for the gaming news. Not that big of a week this week, which is
quite a quiet one,
yeah.
but it works well for what
Which
we
is-
plan on doing.
yeah, which is the Crafton, the publishing company that publishes Subnautica, and they recently bought Hi-Fi Rush, I believe. Tango Gameworks, sorry. They Crafton Pocket Pair licensing agreement. Now, let me try and quickly find what this was. Here it is.
It was something about expanding the Palworld
Yes,
IP to
expanding
mobile.
to mobile. Yeah.
Correct?
PUBG
That's
Studios
fair,
will
you
develop a Palworld game that reimagines and adapts the core gameplay elements of Palworld for a mobile game environment.
I just hope they don't do Power World Go, if you know what I mean. They just don't do a
Yeah.
Pokemon Go clone.
Then
I
they'll get sued.
think augmented reality games have run their course for now.
Until I think we get better
I mean,
all around for augmented reality, I don't think there's many games which are gonna, stand out.
Yeah, I feel like there's gonna have to be like
I feel that'll be
some
another
major
decade or so before.
system, yeah. No, I'll give it 5 years, but only if companies show interest in AR.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Out of all the realities in the game space, virtual reality is probably the step forward at the minute. Especially with emerging technologies like the Apple Vision and the Meta Quest 3.
Yeah, I agree.
because isn't Pokemon Go still? I mean, it's not as popular as it was almost
Oh,
10 years
no,
ago,
no.
but
Yeah, no, it's
There's still
definitely.
a lot
Yeah,
of people
I think it
still
still
playing it,
has
though.
quite a lot of people
Which I feel
playing
like
it.
if they do go into, like I said, Power World Go, they're going to compete against Pokemon again. So
Unless they can bring like an interesting, like unique mechanic or feature, it's not going to live that long. We've
Yeah.
seen countless Pokemon Go clones, like
Minecraft
the
Earth.
Jurassic World Live one, Minecraft Earth.
Is the Jurassic World one still alive, or is that one dead?
I believe it is.
I know
yes.
Earth is dead.
It still gets a lot of
Earth is dead.
Minecraft, yeah, Minecraft
So-
Earth's dead. They sunset that like a year ago.
But I don't
So,
remember
yeah.
that one. I'm surprised that Jurassic World one's actually still up. I thought they would have took it down. By
They
now.
just make
Yeah.
a lot of new hybrids out of the creatures.
Ah,
That's it.
So, I guess that's everything for gaming. Then
Yeah.
move on to film news, which is pretty hectic week for box offices. 2 flops
Whoa.
on the same weekend.
Yeah, that is
Megalopolis
astronomical.
and Joker 2. Now, I couldn't be asked to find the Megalopolis one because I don't really care about that film, and no one does. So we're going to left for the Joker 2 one because it's funnier. Because it made... did I put it on? I think it was like 40 million or something. I think it was that. We're trying to find it now.
I thought I saw like 20 mil.
Oh, it might have been 20, sorry. Oh yeah, 20 million, sorry. They were estimating it would make 40 to 50 million. And it made half on its opening day.
Very good.
So, that's, it's not very good.
I mean, I was not too excited about it anyway. I
Yeah,
wanted
I'd
it to be
seen
good.
no.
The
but-
trailers looked not bad.
Yeah, I hadn't seen anything for Megalopolis. But I haven't watched the first Joker. I wasn't too keen on it, and I don't really like musicals. We were chatting to Harry the other day, one of our friends who has spoken to some people who watched it, and they either said it was really good or it were a waste of money. So
He also said about how, because he works in a cinema, they
He
said
does.
that they just stopped showing Megalopolis because no one was going. Except there'd be like one person, and then he'd like leave halfway through the film and have to give him a
Yeah.
refund. So they just thought, well, there's no point in showing it. We'll just get rid of it.
I'm
So,
interested in watching it when it comes free.
Yeah.
So maybe when that happens, I'll
Pirate.
give a review. Yeah. I mean, no, I'm not a pirate. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, who'd pirate stuff here?
I have hated one of the scenes in the film, and it sounds really stupid. So,
I'm down for you to explain it if we just put a spoiler warning.
no one's gonna go see if I can say it. I'll spoil it anyway. So, Adam Driver, who is the main character, he's like in a bed. I got this from the Moist Critical video because it was really funny. So Moist Critical's in a bed. Adam Driver's laying in bed, and he's got like something. I think he's meant to be ill or something. And Aubrey Plaza is there. Aubrey Plaza. It sounds like she's named after a JoJo's kind of thing. See her name? It's it's a really weird. I think her name's like WoW Platinum or something.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a
Which
stand, bro.
sounds
That's
like
a stand
JoJo's.
name.
So I guess Francis
What
Ford
did you say it
Coppola
was?
is.
Hold on, what did you say it was?
I thought it sounded like a JoJo's kind of thing.
No. What was the actual name?
Hang on, I'm trying to find it out. I think it was WoW Platinum. Yeah, it was
Wow,
WoW Platinum.
Platinum.
Yeah, it sounds like something out of JoJo's.
Yeah, bro, that's
And,
like so close to Star Platinum, bro.
So yeah, she was there, and then he's in bed, and she's like standing next to him, I think, and he's got like a stick poking up like a boner, and he says, "Do you want to see my boner?" Takes off the sheets, and it's like an arrow, and he shoots an arrow where his boner would be, and kills WoW Platinum with an arrow which
That
shoots
sounds
through a
peak,
heart.
if you ask
Very,
me.
very bizarre adventure, if you ask me.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess this is just live action JoJo's.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So, but yeah, it does not sound very good.
No, it doesn't.
Golden
It sounds
Wind
funny
type
though.
plot.
It does. It sounds
Mhm.
funny, but not in a good way, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It might just be a funny New Year's watch to like point and laugh at.
Actually, speaking of JoJo's, I don't know if anyone saw, but Daniel might be the only one that cares about this, but I think Viz Media announced the publication of the official English version of Part 7, Steel Ball Run,
Oh damn!
coming
I mean, I still need to watch Part
next
6,
year,
Stone
I believe
Ocean.
it is. This is for the manga, so I don't know about the anime.
I've only watched like the first third of Stone Ocean, so I've still got to do that, and I've not been
Because I
interested in the
know Steel
manga.
Ball Run is, here we go, summer 2025. I know it's like very highly acclaimed as a manga.
Yeah, I hear like
So,
people in like communities and stuff like praised it for a while, but as I say, I never really hopped on the manga train.
so yeah, JoJo's fans, if you've not read it illegally, you can read it there. So I think it's time to move on to Venom 3 news. Wow!
Yeah.
Andy Serkis
Oh,
is rumored to be playing Null, who is the king of the symbiotes. I believe that's
Something like
what he
that.
is.
assuming I don't know all that much about comic books to be honest, but I'll watch Venom 3. I've enjoyed the last two.
Yeah.
They're just
Yeah.
fun movies to put on.
I probably won't go to the cinema tour. I'll probably watch it late. If there's like people around, if I'm around one of yours and you're like, do you guys want to watch Venom 3? And it's like on in the background. That kind of
I'll
film.
probably go see it at cinema. I like an excuse to get outside with you lot.
So,
Very rare.
I do like that Andy Serkis is playing him. He played Caesar, didn't he? And
he
then
was Caesar and Gollum.
yeah,
So he can do non,
Bit of a range.
like that kind of
non-human
stuff.
characters. Yeah.
Very well.
So I do trust Andy Serkis. I like him as an actor. I like his work. So I think he'll do well.
Oh yeah. It's just Sony. I don't trust them.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know there was also
Yeah.
rumors about. We didn't mention this because it's really mucky if this is true, which is about the new Spider-Man film being called Spider-Man. I think it's like King in Black or something. It's rumored to be called,
Interesting.
and that he's going to be the main villain, and Andrew Garfield's meant to be in it, even though that's not what Andrew Garfield. It was loads of different stuff, so I didn't include it because I wasn't sure exactly what was true.
Yeah,
What was
that's all a
stuff.
bit murky at the minute.
But those are lots of rumors floating around.
Yeah.
So,
Can't believe anything around Spider-Man at this point.
I mean, I would much rather have a. I think we mentioned this before because obviously there was rumors about Spider-Man 4 being multiversal, and I said I would rather it be street level
Grounded, yeah.
with Daredevil maybe,
Hell
Kingpin,
yeah.
Black Cat. That would be cool.
Or
But
if it's multiversal, just bare minimum, show Deadpool. Give us a
Yeah.
Spidey Deadpool combo. That would be
even just
like
give us
goated.
like Spider-Man, Deadpool. I wouldn't mind. That'd be fun. I'd like to see that.
The amount, okay, the few comics I have read, it's usually involved like Spider-Man, Deadpool, and
Because
even just like
they're
the
fun.
animated TV shows.
Like that. That's what the MCU needs is charisma. You get two very charismatic actors in one film. That'll do bang. They already did it with Deadpool 3, so it works. Just I'm surprised they haven't they're not planned another one with. They probably are planning another one with Deadpool and Spider-Man.
I'll hope.
Because they'll
Probably.
be like, oh, people want to go see this.
And even
Like
Ryan Reynolds has expressed interest in doing that. So
Oh, yeah, he did, didn't he? I think I remember
Yeah,
him saying
so
something
him
like that.
and Hugh Jackman were in that interview.
So
But yeah, so it'll be fun. I'd much rather see that.
yeah,
Yeah, I think we've covered Marvel, haven't we?
yeah.
yeah, we have a animated Robin film.
Yeah, where have you heard this? Because I've not
So-
seen anything on this.
Me neither.
This is trying to find a second. So it follows two Robins actually, Dick Grayson and Jason Todd. So
Oh wait, I think I have heard something
yeah,
about
there was
this.
the animation style is really weird. Weird in the sense that it's very unique. So
Wait,
if-
Jason Todd and did he say Dick Grayson?
yeah, so this follows Dick Grayson and Jason Todd as
Oh,
orphan
nice.
thieves. They call themselves a dynamic duo. Produced by Matt Reeves and James Gunn, but it's not set in either of their DC universes.
Ah, so it's like a...
Because I know James Gunn mentioned about how there'll be like animated projects in the DCU, and those actors in the DCU ones will voice and play them to keep it consistent. So it's not set those, but it's being produced by them, and the animation is a mix of animation, puppetry, and CGI. I found a video. I might have actually got rid of
Interesting
it.
take.
Here it is. I'll put it on the thing now.
What if it's like, on theory, what if it's something to do with like Jason's mind then?
Maybe.
We know he's quite an unstable character throughout.
This here, I put it on our thing now. It kind of shows
Yeah.
what the company does, like animation style. It's really cool, but I don't know what it's like. It's something where you can't really judge the film based on this, because
Hmm.
this, yeah, I'm quite excited to see what they do with it.
Yeah.
Because puppetry
I'd
is quite
assume
cool.
with the puppetry, it'd be something to do with Jason Todd's head. Because I can't see it being something to do with Tim.
So look, when Haggerty
not
shows
Tim, Dick Grayson.
Mm.
I mean, they could end up
Considering,
just
like-
doing it. It just looks like that. That's just the
Maybe.
style.
Well, maybe it's something to do with the villain. Like it's the Mad Hatter or something like that.
Mhm.
You
It
know
is
how,
really cool.
like in
Oh,
the Arkham
yes!
game. Yeah.
It's kind of like Alice in Wonderland kind of style, maybe.
Yeah, like that kind of stuff. And even just like Arkham City with the Tea Party,
Yeah.
Arkham Knight with the whole fairy tale book. Just stuff like that. I could see that playing into that. So if he's the villain there, that would make sense.
So this looks. I'm intrigued in this.
Oh,
I'm
is it Scarface who's the puppet? The villain?
Oh,
The mob boss
I
one?
think it might be. That does sound correct.
Yeah. It could also be that.
Yeah, it does sound quite intriguing. It's just more something we need to see more. Well, I need to see
Yeah.
more anyway.
Yeah, that's my three. Those are my three theories for what it could be.
And then now we got something Isaac's excited for. The Peaky Blinders movie has officially
Yes.
started filming on Netflix with Cillian Murphy.
I am very pleased. I think a few people have joined the cast. Rebecca Ferguson plays. Don't know what her name is, but the mother in Dune.
Oh yes,
Timothy Chalamet's mother.
I know you mean.
Very good.
Lady
And then
Jessica.
the guy that plays Abomination in the MCU, I don't remember his name.
I know you mean.
I'll look it
They've
up.
both joined the cast. I think there's some others as well, but I can't remember
Were
off
they
the
in
top
the
of my
original
head.
show
Tim
or
Roth.
not?
They weren't in the original show.
Okay.
No, they're new
Yeah,
characters.
Tim Roth. That's it.
Tim Roth, yeah.
He's a good
Um,
actor.
so I'm excited about that. I haven't seen much else on it. I mean, they've only just started filming, but if I see any updates, I'll update you. That's all I've got for
Yeah.
this for now. But I wanted to say, just as we go into the TV show bits, that Stephen Merchant has joined the third season of Walking Dead Daryl Dixon. I've just seen that just now while you two were talking.
Oh, no.
I've just been reminded about it, which I'm very pleased about because he's a great actor and it just seems like a great guy. And the show so far is good, so
Oh yeah,
I'll let
hasn't
you
season
know.
2 been?
How does this tie into Ballerina?
it doesn't tie into Ballerina.
Hasn't thingy been? Season 2's been airing, hasn't it? For
It
Daryl
has. The second episode comes out as we are filming this tonight, which I'll be watching.
All right, we'll talk about that later on. Well,
yeah.
Isaac, you could. And then now we have, obviously, the last piece of news.
Mhm.
As you said, very dry week. I mean, there's some stuff, but yeah, which is
Some nice stuff.
more, which is some set photos of the Nicolas Cage Spider-Man noir film. Show, sorry.
I
Now,
still didn't realize this was live action.
Let me neither.
I
Yeah.
thought it'd be animated.
I mean, I'm very intrigued to see which storyline they go with, because I wonder if they'll go with the one where Uncle Ben gets eaten alive by Vulture. That could
Mm.
it just looks like Nicolas Cage being a noir detective.
Yeah.
In these, like, it doesn't look like, maybe because he's not. Maybe he gets a suit later on, or the mask anyway. But yeah.
What if it's like
strange?
he's an adult when he gets the spider powers? Like he's already a detective when he gets the spider powers. I don't know what it's like in the comics.
Or
but
maybe it's just the other side of his identity.
yeah, it could
they
be. I
do-
suppose.
'cause I know, yeah, because he's a. I'm trying to remember from that. I hadn't read that comic run in a while. Oh,
I don't read comic
I believe
books.
he's like a
Now that
journalist. But
oh, is this
So fun.
the same Spider-Man noir that's in Spider-Verse? I know it's live action
don't
animated,
think
but is
so.
this the same one?
Assume so because
I don't
it's
know,
voiced
actually.
by
It's-
Nicolas
I'm
Cage.
not
Yeah,
sure.
that's what I'm confused
But-
about.
Then again, the flashbacks we see during his story are animated, so it
Who
might-
knows? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. We'll find out in the future.
I don't know why
guess.
they didn't just make it animated. It'd be so much like.
It would be cool if it was, especially
still watch
Spider-Verse
this.
animation style.
But yeah,
Yeah.
That's like one of its like most highly praised things, the animation. Like,
Nicolas Cage is great as Spider-Man Noir in that. So I don't know if
mhm.
this is Amazon Prime, I believe, is going to be doing this, so it'll have a massive budget. But I
Yeah,
do
well,
Yeah,
we
think
I
know
it's
feel
just
like it's very hit or miss with Prime.
yeah, I do
Yeah,
think it's just
It's
Amazon
either
going.
really good or just bad.
People
yeah.
like him as this character. We'll just do this because people liked him as Spider-Man
I'm
Noir.
hoping it's not just showing his face for the sake of showing his
But
face.
yeah, and
Like, if it's just because here's that big actor you know, here's his face, it's on screen all the time because you can't show emotion through a mask.
because I don't know if they're going to do
Fucking hate the Halo show.
because he's quite Nicolas Cage. How old is he? He's got to be a what?
Nick Cage is like
Eh?
50 something now.
I don't actually know. Nicolas Cage. I'm
60 years old.
So yeah, I don't know if he'd be able to do the. Maybe he could. I mean,
God, I'm living a few years
I
ago,
don't know how
aren't I?
fit he is. Just thinking like how he could do the action scenes.
Yeah.
I mean, they were quite
Stunt doubles, probably.
slow paced in, like when he was fighting. Was it Hammerhead or something he was fighting in that film?
He was fighting
I remember he put his hat on his
Tombstone,
face and punched him in the. Oh, it might be Tombstone.
I think it was
And he
Tombstone.
put like the hat on his face and punched him or something. So he's not a very
Yeah, I know
acrobatic
exactly what
Spider-Man.
you're on
So
about.
I wonder how the
Yeah.
fight scenes are going to be.
Hopefully
Yeah,
good.
like kind of like a raw brawl type fight
Yeah.
style. But as I say, this might not even be the same one, so we'll see.
Right. So if that's everything, you guys got any more to add?
Yeah, I think we've covered all the
Um,
news. I can't think of anything that I've seen that we
yeah,
haven't.
I think so.
So
Right,
time
good
for
news
the.
section.
Ooh, hang on. There you go. So, as I mentioned at the start, with this being the 10th episode, we have done a special. We're going to do our
Mhm.
top 10 favorite games of all time.
Yeah,
So, we're all going
It
to
is
start off with
worth-
our number 10, then number 9,
yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
and that's how we're gonna go. It is worth noting that this is something we're trying to bring to the podcast now, more personal sections. So we hope you do enjoy these.
So, yeah, so does anyone want to go first? If
Go
not, I will.
last.
Is either you want to go
Okay.
last?
Right,
Mhm.
up to you, Nathan. Do you want to go first?
I mean, sure. I got my list open.
Yeah.
So, my number 10 spot is Super Mario Odyssey for the Nintendo Switch. Now, I mentioned this before, I love 3D platformers, Nintendo games, and this one just the gimmick of throwing your cap and like taking over an enemy is such a cool, unique idea, and they pull it off so well. The worlds are great. New Donk City is an amazing level. The music's great, and yeah, the movement's also really good, which is what you want in a 3D platformer. And yeah, this is this is my favorite Mario game, and probably the best. I might have to replay through Mario Galaxy, but
I will admit I want to play Mario Odyssey at some point.
it's amazing.
But
I
as I
highly
say,
recommend
Nintendo never lowers the prices, so it takes a while.
So yeah, that's my number 10 spot.
Right, I guess I'll take over. So my number 10 spot is one of the first games I actually played on my own actual device. Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. I'll group them both together, as seen as they are essentially the same game, but with different, like, small differences.
Good Pokemon game.
So it's my favorite Pokemon game of all time. I love the story, I love the region. Obviously, it being like my first Pokemon game as well, definitely sways it a bit. But still, it had so many great Pokemon designs. The region, I really loved the way you progressed in it. And it had some of the best features in Pokemon games, like the Dex Nav, secret bases, the Latios flying thing. Like, it's such a good game. I love it with all my
Yeah.
heart.
I'd
So
agree.
that's my number 10 easy.
Isaac?
I just want to say before I say this, I have a list of about probably 30 games,
Just
and
cut just do the 10.
No honorable mentions, just
everything from 2 to 50 varies. So this is just what I'm feeling like at the minute.
Okay.
My number 10 is Cuphead. I hate this game, but I also love this game. I
Fair
mean,
enough.
all there really is to say about it is that I'm a very cool-headed person. Don't get angry very much.
Yeah.
And it's just a fun game. Even quite relaxing sometimes.
The music's so good in Cuphead.
The
I
That
music of
soundtrack
Cuphead
is
is
still need to
amazing.
play.
We'll never get another
I-
game like Cuphead. I don't
No.
think.
Played the first level and that's it.
What?
So yeah, that's
Fucking
definitely
Pokemon.
something I need to play.
Right, well, my number 9. Stardew Valley! Woo!
Hooray.
Perfect game, Stardew Valley. Just,
It is quite a nice game.
like, what can I say that hasn't been said about Stardew Valley, man? Like, I love the art style, the music is great. it's just nice to just I'm gonna do all this so then I can do the community center and you're planning out the year, even though I forget the first spring, so then I'm at the end of spring, I'm like, shit, I didn't grow the right crops. Oopsie. So,
What an idiot.
and just like the little
Honestly.
stories with all the characters is just so much fun. And yeah,
Yeah.
I love Stardew
It's a
Valley.
niche. It's a niche game, but it does it like
It's
that niche
niche,
perfectly.
but yeah, and then it feels it's kind of bad because then if I ever play another game like Stardew Valley, I just go, I could be playing Stardew Valley right now. Which,
Mm.
yeah. So that's my number 9 spot.
Yeah. Well, my number 9 kind of ties into what Isaac said earlier about he loves and hates the game. This is my love-hate relationship game, Ark Survival Evolved. I am in an abusive relationship with this game, but the reason it's number 9 is purely because of the concept. It's like perfect for me. I love survival games. I love dinosaurs. I love sci-fi shit. It blends them all together. I love that. It has a lot of problems, but as I say, dinosaurs and survival, and a fair few of the maps are actually quite pretty. It's like Aberration, Fjordor, even just the island are great. And the gem in this game is without a doubt the music. The music is phenomenal. That is like if there's something to praise about that game, it's the music. So that's why Ark is my number 9.
Alright.
Fair enough. My number 9 is my favourite survival game of all time. Well, survival builder game of all time, Grounded. I
Wow.
think
That's
I don't think I give this game enough credit. In all honesty, it's so fun. I can't even begin to describe how fun it is. Whenever I'm just looking through my games and I see Ground, I'm like, damn, I need to play Grounded again. And yeah, I think it's a unique take on this style thing. You shrunk down and whatnot. But it's a great survival game. There's loads to do in it. And first time playing it, we played it with you, Daniel, and I think it was you as well, Nathan and Dom. We were terrified of those wolf spiders.
I played it when it was in beta, but I don't think I played it since.
I didn't play it in beta.
It was Harry. We played it with Harry, not Nathan.
Yeah, I'm not a big survival game.
I remember
Yeah.
when I first played it though. I just have a memory of me and Isaac being holed in one of those science stations with a wolf spider just staring us down.
We got stuck in a research station with a wolf spider outside. I mean, it's still scary now when you're starting a new thing and then a wolf spider pops out of nowhere. Yeah, number 9, Grounded.
All right, well,
Fair enough. Yeah, that's solid.
number 8, Grand Theft Auto 5. Like, this game is so important. I started playing this game when I started year 7, and I have been playing it since after leaving college, and I'm still waiting for Grand Theft Auto 6. I've mentioned it so much on this podcast, how excited I am for Grand Theft Auto 6. Because, like, there's so much to do in GTA 5. I never get bored. There's always something to do. There's a heist which you can do. You can just drive around the city with, like, the radio playing. You could be killing people. You can just go to the beach and run people over. And then just go, I'm gonna go to the casino for a bit. And because, like, I can't get bored in this game. Which I just love. And, yeah, endlessly replayable. The story, it's good. It's not the best Rockstar story, but, it does its job well, I guess. But the set pieces are really good in this game. Like, when you do the heist in the FIB building, is it the FIB building? Where it's, like, on fire.
Yeah, I think it is the FIB, because you have to steal
Sounds
those
awesome.
files.
The helicopter one, where Mike has to go down the building, and Franklin's sniping off from the side. That one's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the kidnapping
And
one.
Trevor's such a Trevor's just so evil, but you can't hate him because he's just so fun to watch. And yeah, it's an iconic game.
Yeah.
Los Santos is a great location in a game, and yeah, very special
That's
to me.
completely fair. Like, I think I don't have it that high just because I only played during the kind of the reign of the Oppressor Mark II.
Oh
So
yeah, I
online
remember
was a
when
bit
that came
skewed by
out.
that.
Jesus.
And then also, we never really played all the heists. We did the main ones, but we never did those other ones.
I
So
think
that probably would've
Doomsday's
made it
the
a
only
bit
one
more
we've
fun.
not done.
So yeah, that's probably like where it's lower on me.
And the shoe shop.
And I only play it recent.
I love the shoe shop in GTA 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the what's the name of the truck? Terabyte, that's it. The Terabyte reveals that to us, Nathan, don't worry.
So yeah, that's my number 8. Daniel, give
My
yours.
number 8 is none other than SCP Secret Laboratory.
Wow.
This might be strange, but I love the gameplay loop in that game because it's just shenanigans with voice chat.
Yeah.
You're fragile, you're volatile, but you can have some of the strongest things. It's basically like impossible odds, but with just shenanigans. It's great. And I love the fact that it's something made with it's not really an IP, more of a library than SCP. SCP universe is just so expansive, has all these funny, goofy, to the dead serious, scariest things you could imagine.
Hmm.
And I think that's perfect for games. And not to mention, even with just randoms, it's so goddamn fun. That game has boosted my confidence levels incredibly with voice chat. So yeah, that is why it is easily my number 8.
Alright. Isaac,
Mhm.
your turn.
This game, it's probably not everyone's favorite in the series, but Fallout 4. I grew up with Fallout 4. I say grew up. I got it when I was younger, played it when I was younger, and played it when I was a bit older, then played it when I was a bit older again. So it's one of those games I kept going back to. Um, I love the world of Fallout. I love the settlement building, despite it being quite a controversial ad. Um, and I love Fallout 4. It's got the best graphics, maybe not the best story, but I think the story's still interesting. The multiple endings is great. I know all the other Fallout games have a similar thing. I think just the world of Fallout is super interesting. Fallout 76 is lower down on this list below 10, but Fallout 4 is my number 8.
Alright. Well, my number 7. It's a nostalgia pick. Batman Arkham City. This game is just so fucking this is in my opinion the best superhero game. I love Spider-Man. It's sadly not on this list, surprisingly actually, which I know might surprise some of you, but this game's just so good. Like, the open world's great. It's aged a little bit, which obviously, as it would do. The story's great. I love the stuff with Joker and Batman, their relationship, and then the ending was watching that ending for the first time was really cool. Just it really surprised me that they actually did it, and then obviously led into like this. Yeah, it's just nostalgia basically.
I will say as well, like that game has the best music of the Arkham games.
Oh, yes, so good. Like I think Arkham Knight has the better gameplay, and I usually do say I prefer the gameplay with the story, but Arkham City story is just so good, man. So yeah, that's my number 7.
Oh, that's completely fair.
Mm.
My number 7 is the one of a franchise which does make multiple appearances here. Jedi Fallen Order.
Okay.
It has an incredible story to say it's a Star Wars spin-off, especially one about the time period it released in.
Yeah.
The characters are all just so fun and work together so well. Probably some of the most notable are Cal, Seer, and Trilla. Trilla is such a good villain in that. The gameplay is really fun, like Soulsborne like type gameplay mixed with like elements such as the Force and lightsabers just works so well. And the music in it's Star Wars music, it always slaps. So yeah, Jedi Fallen Order is easily number 7 for me.
Yeah. Isaac?
This one I struggled with, right? Because Subnautica is in my name. But I didn't choose Subnautica. I chose Call of the Lamb. I think Call of the Lamb is like it's everything I like about the game. Great weapons, great story, great like city building type elements. No inventory management, which is absolutely lovely. Which is it was very difficult for me to choose this over Subnautica, but I did, and I do think it's the better game out of the two, at least in my opinion. I mean, Subnautica's amazing, but Call of the Lamb I think is equally more so amazing. The DLC is great as well. There's loads of content in this game, much more than there is in Subnautica. But maybe this will change, like I said, I don't know. But Call of the Lamb is my number 7.
Alright.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah.
I still want to play that game. I think it's on PS
It's really
Plus, I
good.
believe, right
I
now.
don't think I've ever looked at the game, to be honest. So I'll have a peek while you read your number
Hmm.
6 out.
So number 6. I know this is going to surprise some people that this is on a top 10 favorite games list, but it's Red Dead Redemption 2. What?
Who would have
So
guessed?
original. But like, it's Red
No.
Dead 2. Like, Arthur Morgan is one of the best fictional characters ever. Roderick Clark is one of the best performances in a game ever in that game. And now this is obviously, I put more time into GTA 5, but this one just feels more. I like roleplay aspects in a game. I like whenever it's nighttime in Red Dead, getting out the torch and like putting it in front of you when just slowly walking through the night. The sound of that game, the graphics is insane. This game is gorgeous and it runs on a PS4 and this Xbox One. And the story's amazing. It's slow paced, which I guess can turn some people off from it. Because I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, I quit after chapter 1 because it's so slow." It's like that also makes the emotional parts hit more because of the slow pace, and you spend more time with these characters, and you let Arthur grow more. So yeah, and then the final mission is incredible when you're playing as John going up the mountain, and the soundtrack in that mission's amazing as well. So yeah, Red Dead Redemption's number 6.
Yeah, that's quite fair.
Yeah.
Right. For my number 6 is one which I feel could be on some Isaac's list. Terraria.
Mm-hmm.
Terraria is one of my favorite
Hmm.
survival games because it has such a beautiful world, even though it is literally just 2D. I think it's incredible. And so many options in terms of like items that you can like interact with, build with, use, just make these silly things. It has a lot of options, which is part of the charm of just indie games in general.
Yeah.
And the music in that game is so iconic, and I feel I could literally just one day just open a playlist, chuck it on, and I wouldn't even question it because the music is just great.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Terraria is my number 6.
Terraria isn't in my top 10 actually.
Wow.
I put it at 11, so
Okay.
it's close. But Stardew Valley is my number 6. Yeah, everything Nathan
Nice.
said, it's
Mm.
Stardew Valley at the end of the day. I
Yeah.
think I've 100% of this game twice on 2 different platforms. And if I had, and if I could, I would do it on a third. It's a great game, amazing game. Leah's the best, companion. But besides that, there's nothing else I can say about it, which Nathan hasn't given it credit for.
Yeah. That's just how good Stardew Valley is. Actually,
Yeah.
isn't he making another game called, what's it, Haunted
Haunted
Chocolatier?
Chocolatier.
I'm
It
excited
does
for
look
that.
good as well.
I wonder if that
I
one's going to be
feel
as
like
good as
I've
Stardew.
seen a trailer for that. I think I saw the announcement trailer for
Yeah,
that
I
one.
know
So
there's like screenshots from like a few years ago. I don't think there's been a big like reveal trailer or anything. But yeah. So now we're on the top 5. Starting off my number 5 is the game which was my favorite game for a very long time. Titanfall 2.
Ooh.
Now. Oh, yes. This is the most underrated game ever. It's gotten a lot of steam now since, like, I'd say lockdown maybe. It's probably given this game a big boost. Because it came out and it flopped. It came out between a Battlefield game and a COD game.
Yeah.
And I chose a Titanfall game.
Caught up in the
So I chose the right option.
Titanfall, in the Clash of the Titans, you could say.
Because I think it was Infinite Warfare and Battlefield 1. It was
Yeah,
like,
that
just
sounds
stuck right in
right.
between. And I picked Titanfall 2 because I thought, I like big mech suits. And I didn't regret it at all. This is like the first game I was actually good at. Everyone says, ooh, steal kills, throttle you. But just zooming around the map
User.
in multiplayer was so much fun. Like, I think the biggest criticism of this game is I just never used a Titan. But that's just my playstyle, so I can't really criticize the game for that. Because the movement was just that good. I didn't feel like I really wanted to use the Titans. But the story is also great. It's like a Michael Bay action movie, but it's actually good. Because it's not just racist stereotypes all everywhere. BT is an amazing character. The ending is so good, and then it teases Apex at the end. and I cried myself to sleep because I remembered what became of this franchise.
Apex is so fun.
So
Yeah,
yeah, if you're
best
looking
game ever
for a
made.
great modern day shooter, it's this one. But this isn't my favorite shooter though. My favorite shooter is next. But
Yeah, I got a great Titanfall 2 is amazing,
Titanfall
underrated
2
game.
exactly.
flat. It's a shame the servers got dropped.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
that ruined it on PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, Titanfall 2 number
And yeah,
5.
I'm surprised you didn't use the Titans much. I used the Titans loads. I was like a Scorch main, easy.
Yeah, I think it's just because I was good at the movement, so I thought I don't really want to slow myself down. I want to zoom around the map.
story's great as well. I don't know if you mentioned that, but
Oh, sorry.
the story is
Oh
great
yeah,
as
sorry,
well.
great.
Oh yeah, the story is good, yeah.
The mission where you're like running on top of all the ships and you're like switching between them all, just so good. It's just a bunch of
Yeah,
action
that's
scenes
great.
put into a story with
Mhm.
that little man on his dog kind of storyline to it.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
BT
I
and
recently
Jack Cooper.
replayed it on Steam to get all the achievements because I've only played it on Xbox, and like that final mission just still slaps so
yeah.
hard.
Yeah, Titanfall 2. Play it. It's good.
Yeah. But no, right, on to my number 5 is one which we've all played quite recently. Came out this year, took internet by storm for a while. Helldivers 2.
Fair enough.
If you want a third-person shooter with the most cinematic experience absolutely possible, this game
Fortnite.
is for you.
No.
Nah. So yeah, every experience is just cinematic. You got big explosions, constant gunfire or hordes of bugs. And not to mention, the experience with random are great. Half the time you will get people who mute their mics, whether they don't have a headset or they're just antisocial like Nathan. But when you do get someone who does speak on the mic, you have the best experience in gaming possibly had. And I would also like to mention the fact that there is a lot of transparency with the devs, which is always a great thing in a game.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is why Helldivers 2 is my number 5, even though I've only been playing it for 8 months.
Too bad Sony
Definitely.
had the grubs on it. So
Yep, sadly 188 countries can't play it, but hopefully that will be resolved at some point if the twats can get along with it.
yeah. Well, Isaac, your turn.
Number 5, my favorite decision choice game of all time, Detroit Become Human. I remember watching, I think it might have been Dan TDM who did a playthrough of this, or I can't actually remember.
That's quite surprising.
I feel like he did, but someone did, and I watched it all the way back when. This is before I probably even had a console. And I was like, this game looks so good. Then years later, I only really got it a year or two ago, Detroit Become Human. Ever since, love the game. Like, there's so many choices. And granted, it's not the best one ever made. I'd argue that As Dusk Falls is better, but it's just the world building in it is perfect.
Yeah.
The endings are perfect. It's so fun, and it's such a variety of different stories which all come together at the end, which I absolutely love. And then you can. I can't really say anything without spoiling, but it's such a great game with such a great multiple endings.
Yeah, that's completely fair. I think Detroit Become Human was one of the first video games I watched an entire YouTube playthrough of.
Oh, I watched so many playthroughs of it back in the day.
Jacksepticeye's full playthrough.
Yeah. I do want to play it. It looks very interesting.
I do want to play it, and people who have played it, I always hear that they really loved it, especially like Hank and Connor.
Oh yeah, I mean Hank and Connor's great, but Marcus is the goat. Everybody knows where Marcus is at. Actually, no, John is the goat. If you know John, you know, but John is the goat.
I guess I'll know when I play the game.
Yeah, as I say, I still need to buy it. It goes on sale, but then there's another game which always catches my eye, which is unfortunate. But yeah,
Right, well,
that's a completely fair
number 4. Now, this is my favorite shooter game, as I just said, and it's also would I say this is my favorite game franchise? Probably. Doom Eternal. Like, if you thought the movement in Titanfall 2 was good, you play Doom Eternal is just even better. It's fast paced. I love gore, and this is gory. Just smashing people's heads in, just cutting them in half with chainsaws. Like, it never gets boring. The story, sure, you're not playing a Doom game for the story, in all honesty, but yeah. I think this is just a game which is carried by its gameplay, and its gameplay is amazing. The game looks gorgeous. This is so distracting talking with all these notifications going off.
Just turn them off then.
I can't.
Sorry.
I don't actually. So yeah, if you're looking for a fun, gory time to just smash in demons' skulls, Doom Eternal is the one to go. And if you're looking for a great shooter game, Doom Eternal, it's right there. It goes on for quite cheap as well. I think it goes for like less than a tenner most times.
I do want to
So,
play the
but yeah,
Doom remaster,
It's
like the
amazing.
16 onwards.
Highly recommend that game. So it's my number 4 spot.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
cool.
one of our friends, Dan, was actually recommending me it the other day when I was
The
messaging him.
remakes.
The 2016 one.
Yeah, remake.
Yeah, I do want to play the
That one's
2016
quite
ones
good.
on the.
Oh, well.
But yeah, they've had my eye for a little bit. They are. I'm not sure if they're on my wish list actually, but I'll put them on for sure after the podcast.
Mm.
But that's a completely fair number 4, right? My number 4 is one which Isaac was debating between earlier. It's Subnautica. I love this game. I've played through it like 3 or 4 times.
Hmm.
I love the world design in the game. The biomes are just so colourful and vibrant, but work together so well.
Yeah.
And work great for progression because you got the creepier, like kind of like the colours also match it, but like those sort of biomes towards the edge, the more dangerous areas.
Hmm.
And then like you've got the more friendly kind of colours, easier on the eyes ones in the centre almost, which is just great. The building system, this feels like a weird one to list why it's my favorites, but I just love the modular building system, like just having
I know
the
what you mean.
compartments instead of having to place each wall, block, pixel, whatever. I really enjoy modular nowadays. The Forest as well, that has that, but
Yeah.
this one is just my favorite by far. It also is probably the best game in terms of progression. I cannot think of a game which does progression better than this one,
Mm.
along with the atmosphere in the game as well, with the visuals and sounds. The story's also good if you like playing games with stories. But yeah, survival game that I absolutely recommend. It is my second favorite survival
Yeah.
So,
by far.
I do
So
really
yeah,
want to play
that's my number
Subnautica.
4. Oh, I
I just,
highly recommend it, man.
yeah.
um,
Isaac?
yeah. On the before I say my thought, on the topic of Subnautica, I played Below Zero as well. I don't know how much you played of it, Daniel, but
I'm
Below Zero is not the best game out of the two,
yeah.
but it is still a good game. You know, it
Oh
adds to
yeah.
the world, and it's fun to see. You know where they're going to take it next for Subnautica 3, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm 13 hours in. I am enjoying it still.
Yeah.
It's not as good as Subnautica, but it's still a fun game. So yeah, excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited to keep playing that.
Hmm.
Okay, sorry about that. But number 4, this is my favorite zombie game of all time, State of Decay 2.
There it is.
I don't know what I can say. I've got so much time on this game, it's not even funny. I've started so many different communities, and I've just played it so much. I just love I love zombie games in general. The State of Decay 2, I think, for me, has done it the best. You know, you're thrown into this world, zombies everywhere. You got to build a base up. You got to go out scavenging, recruit new survivors. You can drive cars into zombies. And then you got like juggernauts that tear your characters apart or pop their heads open if they get too close.
Hmm.
I'm excited for State of Decay 3. I think this is the best like town builder zombie game type thing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That there is. Excited for the third one, but yeah, State of Decay 2 is my number 4.
Yeah. It's fun. It
Fair
definitely is.
enough.
It is very fun.
It's just
I
I think
didn't really
zombie
get
games are
into
just
it,
a
but
bit
yeah,
boring,
it's
in my
fun.
opinion.
Yeah, I know what
A
you
lot
mean.
of zombie media is just zombies.
I think State of Decay does it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair completely. And if you
Mm.
enjoy that game, then that's completely valid.
Number 3. I mentioned this
Right.
before.
Big ones.
Sonic Adventure 2. Another
That's
nostalgia
fair.
pick. I have grown up with Sonic. I remember just playing them on the 360 arcade, and this was one of the ones because I remember I went to my friend's house to play where he owned Sonic Unleashed, which I would have to put on this list, but the Werehog sections are pretty bad, so I don't really want to put it on this list. And then I went home and I thought, oh, this one's quite cheap. This one, and oh my god, I turned autistic at that moment.
One of
My entire life
one
was
of us.
changed when I played Sonic Adventure 2. Like, it's pretty clunky, and the voice acting's it's not
Is it a
great.
bad time to mention my only interaction with Sonic Adventure 2 is the fan dub?
Exactly, yeah, probably. But like Shadow is so much fun. He's so over the top and edgy, but I don't care because I love him so much. And the fact that I'm going to be able to see this on the big screen, basically, depending on how much they take from it, is going to be awesome. The levels are good. The Knuckles stages are. The music's really funny because he gets rap music, but I don't really like them that much. This is just a nostalgia pick.
That's
So,
fair enough.
I
It's
love
your top
Shadow,
10 at the
and
end
yeah,
of the day.
so who cares except me. So yeah, Sonic Adventure 2. It's not the best. Well, actually, it is the best Sonic game. It's just gameplay-wise, play Generations or something. That's really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sonic Adventure 2,
Right.
number 3.
Okay,
And
on
Live
to
and Learn's
my,
goated. The music. Yeah,
Right,
that's it.
that's fair enough. I think I've heard that. Oh, well, I've obviously heard
Yeah.
that one. I just can't remember because of the absolute jumble you hit me with.
Yeah.
3 hours and half the footage disappeared. But yeah.
Daniel?
Right, my number 3 is the second installment of a franchise I've previously mentioned, Jedi Survivor. I recently
Wow.
even though it's got performance issues, I recently replayed it and had a decent performance. Like it stuck around the 40-50 mark. Oh my god, I love this game. It built on the first one perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Like it has some really beautiful worlds. One that really stands out is Kobo, because there is so much variety on
Which
that single
is
planet.
that one?
It's the hub world,
Ah.
like with a Pylian Saloon, the
Yeah. I remember
observatories, the castle in the sky.
now. Mm-hmm.
It's a really beautiful world, and I love it. Playing through it again, fully utilizing photo mode really made me. The story is
What did you say, Daniel? Sorry,
great.
you cut out then when you said
Did I?
you spoke about
What
photo
was I
mode and
saying?
you cut out.
I played through with the photo mode, and it made me appreciate the world so much more. Discord, please stop messing up towards the end of the podcasts, man. This is like sabotage towards me. I need to get like my internet's not the greatest, right? But yeah, the story is great. The characters are phenomenal, particularly like Cal and Seer again. I really enjoyed Ravis's character as well, and Bode obviously is so good. And the gameplay, oh my god, the gameplay, they built on it so much from the first one, and it is so satisfying to play. At first, when I'm on my first playthrough, I won't lie, I looked at the skill tree and thought, damn, I'm not going to use half of this. I used over half of it in my second playthrough, and oh my, it makes the game so much more fun. You feel like such a badass. I
Yeah.
did play it on Grandmaster as well, so it is all viable.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, again, the music, it's Star Wars music. What's not to love? It is, other than the performance, it is such a good sequel.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why it is my top 3.
The gameplay, the combat's so good in those games.
Yeah.
With the different variety of lightsabers.
My favorite is the Blaster Stance.
Oh yeah. That's my
First it
favorite.
was Crossguard, but then Blaster Stance took over, man.
Alright, well, Isaac, you're number
Yeah.
3.
Number 3. It's not really a zombie game because they said it isn't, but Last of Us Part 2. I love Last of Us Part 2. I think it is better than the first game, but that's personal opinion at the end of the day. I love it. I can't wait for Part 3. And I don't know, there's something about Part 2. I've played it 4 or 5 times maybe, and each time I play it, it's like the ending song for the whole game. It's I don't know if you guys know, but it just hits you. It just hits you in a certain way that
Yeah.
certain games don't do.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why Last of Us Part 2 is at my number 3, just because the music, story, gameplay, the gameplay is amazing. Just all of it is great. That's why it's at number 3.
Yeah, I love watching
Yeah,
videos of
fair enough.
people playing Last of Us Part 2 and they're like running around throwing stuff at people. It looks so good, that gameplay. So I do want to play it.
That does look fun, yeah. I do want to play the Last of Us games, both of them. 2's not got a PC port yet, I don't think.
No, it'll be when Season 2 comes out next year, probably.
Probably, yeah.
That's
that
my
will make
guess.
sense. Yeah.
It makes my
I mean, I
mind
still
need
need to play the first one's PC port, so I'm just
The
skeptical
first one is
with
very good.
performance.
I do realize, it's old, so the gameplay is not the best.
Well, didn't they add
So-
the second one's gameplay to the PC port version, the
I
remaster?
don't know, I haven't
They
played the
might
remake
have
yet.
done, but something that felt really jarring for me going from part 2 to part 1. Joel can't dodge in part 1, whereas Ellie can in part 2, and it's really weird. Because not having a dodge button, especially in melee combat, feels so weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's really it.
That's fair enough, yeah. But no,
Oh.
I'll find out whether it has the same gameplay. I do want to buy it at some point. No, I get my job soon, so I should have a bit of money to spend. But yeah, that's a completely fair number 3. Right, Nathan,
Number
take
2.
us away to layer 2.
Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I know. So original. But it is just the fucking banger of an open world game. It's unlike most. This was pretty revolutionary. It came out. Like, it's insane that this shit runs on a Nintendo Switch.
It's insane.
So,
Anything
like, the
runs on
open
Switch.
world is. It's huge. You can do whatever you want. You can do puzzles however you want, which is very fun because it makes things. Because I know there's a puzzle where you have to like hold the switch and like move it to get a ball round. But I was watching like a let's play of it, and someone just put their switch upside down and just used like the bottom of the platform and just rolled the ball into the thing. Like, you can just do that. You can just do puzzles however you want, which is so much fun. And I know Tears of the Kingdom expands on it a lot more with like the ability to like to connect platforms to each other and build things. But like, I think Breath of the Wild, because it did it first, it's just got that more unique sense to it. And
That's fair enough.
the first level I say, when Link leaves that cave and looks over across of all of Hyrule, I just sit there and go, oh yeah, I'm here for a banger. So yeah, like that's what I'm gonna say. Play Breath of the Wild with a Switch, the go-to Switch game.
I do want to play it. I have my Switch Lite, but as I say, Nintendo prices.
But that
I'm
is
not
a
earning yet, man.
amazing game.
Yeah, no, I do want to play at some point because I want to play both of them, to be honest.
Yeah.
But no, maybe if Switch 2 releases, it's good, and then I buy them all together or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think there was like rumors that they did a Breath of the Wild like an upgrade or something that they showcased for the Switch 2.
Oh, that'd be good.
So
That's
imagine that
probably
running
what
on
they
a
showed behind the
PS4. That shit must run awesome. This thing must be amazing. But anyway,
Yeah.
Daniel, your number
That's
2.
fair enough. Right. You guys might not agree with this, but this is my personal list.
Okay.
And because of how fond of a memory and how long it's been in my library, Minecraft. Minecraft's my number 2.
Which
'cause
version?
It has just all of it, honestly. Even though
That's
some
fair.
have their flaws,
Mm.
just Minecraft in general is my number 2. It has some really beautiful worlds with procedural generation. The updates constantly add like new biomes and stuff. It has slowed down, but still, we've had so many good updates which add to the world and make it so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
You have so much creative freedom, even outside of just the base game modes like survival and creative. You can make an adventure map using the adventure map. Command blocks open up so much. Servers and realms add so much. Servers, you can play mini games, you can meet randoms, you can do mods and shit. Like, it's just such a large sandbox with such a massive community.
Mm-hmm.
The music as well is some of the most iconic in gaming history, and for good reason. Even the new stuff absolutely slaps. It may not be C418 anymore. Lena Rain has been doing a phenomenal job.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's such a good game that I have played since 2013-14.
Yeah.
It is easily my number 2.
I think I think I mentioned this to you earlier, Daniel, when
Mm-hmm.
when we were discussing, and I said, for our generation, which is Gen Z, if you don't have at least over 100 hours on Minecraft, you're a bit weird. Because like we had the Minecraft generation, the old Minecraft
Easily.
generation.
It
So-
dominated YouTube. It dominated
It's nominated YouTube
platforms.
twice.
Yeah.
Like, it died for a little bit, and then
It,
it just
like,
resurged again a few
It's
years
the
later.
first game to get like 1 trillion views as well on
Yeah, I
YouTube.
think so.
So yeah, it is easily a staple of gaming. And the fact that it originates from just some indie project
Yeah,
that later gets bought out by like one of the biggest
By-
companies ever.
probably the biggest.
That
company.
is that is the stuff of fucking legend in gaming history. So
Too
yeah,
bad it's kind
easily
of gone
number
a bit
2.
downhill.
It's gone downhill, but I'm praying that these new changes to the dev cycle bring it back.
Hmm.
Can Minecraft get a third like wind?
I mean, maybe in a few years.
Oh yeah.
I could see it come back again.
Mm-hmm.
One like maybe
Yeah,
a movie or
definitely.
something comes
Yeah,
out.
right.
So Isaac,
Isaac,
your turn.
what's your number 2?
My number 2. Now, before I tell you, I'm a man of very few emotions: anger, rage, um, murderous intent.
This
But
is
I
a
think this
confession.
has to be the only game which I've genuinely cried at the end of. Especially, the revelation of what Colonel Miller did in The Tale of Two Colonels, and that's Metro Exodus. When I played Metro Exodus, I was like, at the start, I was like, this seems like a generic sort of, action story game. Then I kept playing it, and I was like, no, it's not. It's not just a game. Like you get so invested with the characters, even if the character isn't a major one. And when I finished the game and played The Tale of Two Colonels, the revelation in that was it blew me away even more. And then I discovered that those the two prequels to the game of Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light. So I didn't even realize Metro Exodus was the third in a series. And I played them, and they blew me away as well. But Metro Exodus I think it's the only game I've ever actually cried at the ending of, because it was just such a perfect ending. I mean, there's two endings: the canon ending and the not canon ending. I got the not canon ending, but either ending is so perfect. And yeah, the revelation in A Tale of Two Colonels is just mind bending to think. You weren't expecting it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Metro Exodus is number 2.
I do want to play the Metro games. I bought them
They're
like
so
not
good.
too long ago. I think it was back in July. Actually, that is a while ago. Yeah, I bought it a while ago, back in July. Still don't get why I have a Metro Exodus and Metro Exodus Enhanced Edition. There's only like 3 GB difference, but whatever. Still do want to play them. So yeah, that's completely fair.
Amazing.
And if it's your number 2, then I am looking quite forward to it.
I play them in order though. Don't play them out of order. Play them in order. It'll be even more impactful.
What's order?
2033,
Mm-hmm.
Last Light, Exodus.
It's not as 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
Okay. There you go.
Solid. They're not ordered in Steam, they're alphabetical, Nathan.
Oh.
But yeah, that's a completely fair one. Right. Now we
Number
enter
one.
the big 3.
I'm actually surprised something's not supposed to come up. I'll mention it later on at the end. But so, number 1. Drum roll, please. Brrr, I've already mentioned this before. Metal Gear Solid 3. Woo!
How did we know?
Now, if you've never played Metal Gear Solid 3, what are you doing? What are you two doing? Come on. This is... You've been shouted at?
By you.
Oh,
For not playing Metal Gear Solid 3.
This is one of the most important video game franchises ever. It created an entire subgenre of action with the stealth genre.
Mm-hmm.
And this one adds on to that. With obviously the first two being like, we gotta hide behind stuff, keeping like cover and stuff. This one has the camo feature, which is very unique because it means you can basically be out in the middle, just out there. But if you're camouflaged, they don't see you, so it's a lot more intense. Because you could have like an enemy literally walk right past you, and because you camouflage them for the floor, they don't notice you. It's very intense, which I like in a stealth game. And then the story is amazing. Naked Snake is one of the best video game characters ever, and David Hayter gives one of the best performances in a game in this. And like the twists and turns are great. They keep you on edge the entire time. Eva, his mommy. The action sequences are also great. It's definitely, sure, it's aged a little bit. So, you could just wait for the remake, which does look like it's doing it justice. And if it does anything like the Silent Hill 2 remake, then it will. But that original game is just so... It's got charm to it, which games don't really have anymore. So, yeah. Metal Gear Solid 3, the best game ever. Play it. Or else.
That's fair enough, yeah. Right, I'm gonna steal some drama I found out last week in a Cyberpunk essay video. Which has the better stealth, Nathan? Metal Gear Solid or Deus Ex? Or Deus Ex, sorry.
Well, I haven't played Deus Ex, so Metal Gear. I want to, though. They look quite interesting.
I encountered that. I was just watching a video essay on Cyberpunk and he brought up like the stealth of those two games. I just thought I'd try fuel some flames there for a second.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid.
Right. That's completely fair, and I do plan on playing it at some point, but right now I'm playing Rising Revengeance.
Hmm.
So my brother's beaten it before me, and a little ticked off there. He just binge played it in 2 days. Right. My number one, you guys could never guess this, but it is Cyberpunk 2077. Oh my god.
What? No way, you never mentioned this
The
before.
the best open world RPG to exist. Holy shit. It released in a terrible state, but they put so much love and passion. They could not abandon it, and they did not. They fucking delivered.
Hmm.
My God, just the story as a whole is great with the whole message of quiet life, blaze of glory, legacy, reasons to live. That whole area is such a powerful area that anyone can resonate with,
Hmm.
which make me it's a story for anybody essentially. The characters are amazing. Johnny in particular is one that really stands out, but in
Yeah.
the DLC there is Solomon Reed and Song So Mi. But even then, base game, Kerry is such an interesting character if you do his side quests as well.
Hmm.
There are so many interesting characters in this game. I've only mentioned four, but there are so many. And not to mention the world is just so large yet still immersive and detailed. It's like, and even then, like, it's this future dystopian city, like the worst, and yet you still find these beautiful moments
Yeah.
where you just look at the world and think, this is nice, like, this is a nice thing. You shouldn't think that with a dystopian world, but you do, and it feels so natural in the game.
Hmm.
The world is just so perfectly crafted, so beautiful, so immersive. I love it. It is my favorite world in a game by far. And even the gameplay is super fun as well, with like net running and stuff. Like the perks and abilities you can get from the skill tree, just like give you that little edge, that little change to a system which you thought, oh, okay, I've got this system, but then it expands on it with the skill tree. You can do so much. The Sandevistan alone just makes you feel a million times cooler, just from the fact that you can just slow time and like run around like Quicksilver or something, throwing knives at everyone like you're fucking Dio in JoJo Bizarre Adventure Part 3.
Hmm.
The music. Don't get me started on the music. The music in this game is the pinnacle of music in games. Like, holy shit, there are so many good tracks, and there's not a moment where you think I'm getting sick of this music. It slaps so hard.
Yeah.
But I'm just gushing for this game so much, but it is so deserved. And to tip it all off, the DLC. That felt like a full fucking game, and they gave it as a DLC, a $25 DLC.
Into like 30 hours or something on average.
You get like 30, 35 hours out of it, and it's so good. And even then, you can use so much of it just in the base game. It held us even just little moments where the DLC has a small impact on the main game as well. Like, even if it's just like a small conversation or someone brings something up, it's so good. It adds so much. Update 2.0 brought so much life to it, but the DLC, man, it covers all the previously mentioned aspects in a DLC. It's so good. If you haven't played Cyberpunk 2077, I cannot recommend it any more than I am now. It is such a game that everyone should play. So yeah, that is easily my number one.
You sound like you like this game a little bit, Daniel.
I do like it just a bit.
Yeah, just a little.
I thought you were gonna like nut when you were talking, and you're like, sorry, sorry, like you put a pause. I was like, whoa. We're gonna put this parental advisory or something, man.
No, I can't recommend the game. Isaac, you need to play it. Nathan, play the
I still
fucking
need to beat the
DLC already.
DLC.
It is
So-
so good. Isaac,
Isaac,
finish
us
it off. Come on.
My number one of all time is Stellaris. I mean, you guys knew that
No
were coming.
way.
Whoa.
What?
Nathan definitely didn't predict
Well,
everyone.
I mean, it's just, I look at it and I'm like, I don't want to play this game, which is a weird thing to say, right? Because it's favorite game of all time. I don't want to play the game. I want to be the game. You know, I want to be in the universe of the game, and I want to discover new planets, meet new aliens, and then go to war with them or befriend them. But like, the limitations of Stellaris are, well, you know, we don't have NASA supercomputers. If I could do a 10,000 star galaxy, I would do a 10,000 star galaxy, but I have a console. I can do about 600, and even that gets laggy. PC 1,000, that will get laggy. But yeah, if I could have a massive game of Stellaris, yeah, I could die happy. Like, that is all I want. I could die happy.
Mhm.
I mean, the game itself, it can get a bit repetitive, I must admit. I've played it for like 90 days or something worth of time played, which I think is my most played game, maybe behind Minecraft. But it's so fun to play and just murder and commit genocide on galactic scales. It's just so fun. Not only that, but then you can befriend the people you're going to kill later on, means to an end. Such a fun game. That's really it.
Wow.
No.
Ended up.
Well, that's a bit of insight into all of us.
Well, that's our top 10 favorite games, everyone. We'll probably do something similar maybe on the 20th episode, like films, maybe or something. Like top 10 favorite films. But yeah.
Could do something like that, yeah.
So, with that done,
we'll just see where it goes.
So, now it's time to do.
We've all listed valid games, and it's
we've all got
mentioning.
very varied lists.
These aren't justifications; these are reasons.
Yeah.
This is why we enjoy it. These are personal lists.
No.
Don't go.
These are truthful.
Ryan. I mean, mine's obviously the truth, but Cyberpunk is the best game of all time. But
wait, now all the TikTok kids are gonna be crying at me because I put Red Dead 2 on my list. So I'm gonna cry at you because you didn't. Or no Bloodborne. You know, I really do want to play Bloodborne.
Well, I want to play Bloodborne, but Sony just
they'll never give it to you.
Sony doesn't want it, but yeah.
Yeah. That's our lists.
Yeah, top 10. Wow, we really got into that.
Should we do what we've been up to?
It is.
Yeah, we can do.
What we've been doing.
Who wants to start?
I'll start with this one as soon as I finished up. Recently, I've been playing Terraria, been streaming that on my YouTube channel. That was very fun.
Moonlord today.
Beat the Moonlord today, yes. I mean, that's, if you want to go and see that, go and see that. It was quite painful. Star Trek Online is killing me. I think I must have like a 45-day streak now or something ridiculous. And I just cannot get these last achievements because they're daily ones. It's killing me.
How many more of those? Is it data shards?
Data ships. I need 9. Or no, 11 altogether. That's
you get them every day?
Yeah, I get 1 a day. And I need 9 specific ones.
I want to know how many hours you're going to have at the end of this.
I don't know. But I think the daily streak will be even higher. But
just higher.
Film-wise, I haven't watched any films recently. But TV show-wise, I've been watching quite a few stuff. I've been watching Dexter. I'm waiting for Nathan to catch up because we want to watch it together.
Oh, yeah. Oopsie.
Catch up, Nathan. I'm watching From as well. I watched the 2nd episode last week, and I watched the 3rd episode tonight when we're filming this. That is doing really well. I mean, I'm very enjoying it. It's better than the 2nd season. Not to say it was bad, but it is really good. And then something that's pissed me off is The Walking Dead. Always managed to do it. Episode 1 of Daryl Dixon season 2. I don't know why the guy has electric gates with a faulty generator. It is the stupidest thing in the world.
So video game soundy.
Why would you have a faulty generator? Even if it was, just the generator, why would you not put a padlock on the gate? At least, I mean, I understand it's
I'm so sorry.
You want to be putting a padlock on them.
Could you say that again? I accidentally joined a different Oopsie!
What an idiot.
Viewers,
what I was saying,
don't spam your button when you're going around Discord chats.
No.
What I was saying is, why would you have electric gates with a generator which is known to be faulty? That is my point.
So the plot.
Otherwise, the episode was quite good. Yeah, I kind of hate that it's only 6 episodes because, with the older Walking Dead seasons, it was like 16 episodes. You could explore loads. But with the 6-episode problem, I find, as with quite a few TV shows, is there's not really a lot to it. It's just like one story, It's not loads of stories, which is much more interesting to watch. You're watching like 3 different stories at the same time, which all intertwine with each other in different ways, and then are separate in their own ways. Like the older Walking Dead seasons, you got spoilers for season 2 of Walking Dead, but if you not watched it, you're not gonna. You got the Shane and Laurie stuff, then you got the Rick and Laurie stuff, then you have the Herschel and Glenn stuff, and the Maggie and Glenn stuff, and the Rick and Herschel stuff, and all these different things happening at the same time. But then in these new Walking Dead shows, it's mainly just 1 or 2 stories, and the second story is a new character which you don't really care about, whereas the main story is, Maggie or Negan or Daryl or Carol or whatnot. But I don't know. I feel like it's losing its charm on me.
That's a shame.
It does sound from the gates to very like video gaming. Like I said, like, hey, can you go fix my generator? Then I'll go talk to you.
But that's the only complaint I really have. I think seeing Carol again's great. I won't say she's my favorite character, but she's a good character.
Yeah.
Um,
She was the one with
yeah,
the daughter that goes missing in season 2, isn't she?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've not watched.
Yeah. I mean, that's
We'll
at the
waste on
minute.
that one.
That's all I've been watching. So
My brother's been wanting to watch Walking Dead recently. I think he actually started it the other day.
Do you want to go
it's a
next,
good
Daniel?
show.
But yeah, no.
Daniel?
Right, so that's all you. Right, me. Well, the most notable thing recently is I have been binging Attack on Titan. I'm currently on episode 50, so I don't know how far in season 3 that is. Somewhat far in, like, probably at the first half still, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been quite enjoying that quite a bit. I've had my complaints, but overall it has been really good. There's only one arc in the entire thing, which I haven't really liked, and that's the first half of the I think it's the Trost invasion. It's the second Titan invasion. But yeah, it is really good. I see why it is highly praised.
Yeah.
Really been enjoying it. The story's keeping me hooked. I've faltered a little bit, but that might just be fatigue. So I'm sure if I sleep tonight, I'll immediately be back on it tomorrow. But yeah, really been enjoying that. I've not really been watching anything else. I have finally started watching the Lord of the Ring movies.
Did you? Oh,
Yeah,
wow,
I
just me.
finally.
How far do you get into
Yeah,
it?
this is
Are you
new to
watching
you.
Expanded?
No, I'm not watching Expanded. No.
Extended, sorry, not Expanded.
I only managed to watch the first hour 15 last night of Fellowship of the Rings. I
Yeah.
do plan on continuing it either tomorrow or next weekend, depending on if my family wants to continue watching it. But yeah, it is good so far. I have
Yeah, it's
really
so good.
enjoyed it. I thought,
Amazing.
this will be a very long burn, and I'll probably end up drifting off a few times. No, even with like the hour 15, I know I've got still like an hour and 3/4 left. But it's still, the pacing is really good.
It's amazing, the Lord of the Rings
I was
trilogy.
not expecting the pacing to be. Granted, the magic action is a bit goofy, but that's just comes with like aging films.
Yeah.
It's just the bit where Gandalf and Saruman are just like throwing each other around, and
I can remember that bit.
I was really laughing. But yeah, no, that was a amount of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
So yeah,
amazing.
I'm finally watching movies again, people. But yeah, I'll let you know when I finish that, and then go on to is it the Two Towers, which is the next one?
Yeah. Pretty
Yeah.
weird. I feel sorry. I think I mentioned this when we were talking about it a bit earlier this week or something. But imagine being Percy Jackson, I think, directed them, and saying to Warner Brothers, "Hey, I'm gonna make this movie, and it's called The Two Towers," and then having to
Isn't it
release it
based
the year
on books, though?
after. Yeah, and having to release it the year after
9/11.
9/11.
Yeah, so,
Ooh.
yeah. It could be worse. It could have been called the Twin Towers,
Yeah,
but no.
true.
But yeah, no. So I'll keep you guys updated on my watching
Good.
progress of that.
It's
I
interesting.
should have finished Fellowship of the Rings by the next podcast episode, if I haven't slapped me.
Fellowship's so
But
good.
yeah, and in terms of games, I have installed Phasmophobia in preparation. Cannot wait for that to come on. I've mentioned it already, and I'll mention it again. I've also started playing Sekiro again. I've restarted that. I've restarted Metal Gear Rising.
Oh, I realized we forgot something.
What?
We all started our Minecraft realm, didn't we?
Oh yeah, the Minecraft realm. Yeah. We all. I found a island seed. Well, we can put an image of the overview in the thing. Credit to Minecraft and Chill on YouTube. Best if you want Minecraft seeds, that is the best channel to go to, easily. But yeah, we've been playing Minecraft for a bit. I've not played for a couple days because I've just been playing everything else. But yeah, Sekiro and not Resident Evil. I've not played that before. But Metal Gear Rising Revengeance as well. Those have been what I've been playing quite a bit. Still Work Below Zero, I'm still occasionally playing. I say I'm not into it as much as I was with the first game, but
Yeah.
I do want to finish it. And I think that has been me and gaming for this week.
Oops.
So yeah, not too bad.
Well,
Oh,
I've been...
Isaac, Actually, no,
Isaac's
Isaac started
gone.
it, didn't he?
Yeah, I started. Yeah.
I forgot to
Damn, I'm an
mention. We
idiot.
forgot to mention the realms. I had to remind.
Yeah, yeah.
So what have
Oh
I been
yes.
playing? South Park: Stick of Truth.
Oh yeah, I
Because
saw you got that.
I love that game so much. It's so funny. I love that kind of humor, and it's what a banger. Being able to fart on aborted Nazi babies is just mwah.
Probably controversial, but
I
yeah.
never really.
And
grew up
the
on
PC port is uncensored because they censored the game on console because there's some stuff they couldn't show, but the PC
You
port's
just wanted to look at
uncensored.
your dad's ball set.
No, they didn't censor the ball sacks bit, but they censor. There's like I think in the console version, when you get probed by an alien dildo, it censors it, if I remember, but it wasn't censored. I'll know because there's an
Oh,
abortion
lucky you,
minigame.
Nathan. Lucky you.
That your character has an abortion done to them, and if that's censored, then I'll see ya. But I haven't got to that bit yet. That game's great. I love just going around. The summons are so good with them. Jesus Christ comes down from the heavens. Lock and load. Bring out an AK. An AR-15, sorry, just starts shooting people up. It's so stupid.
Can't help but notice you got an achievement today called Canadian Handshake.
Oh, I did that?
You farted on people 100 times, Nathan.
You gotta farm.
That
Yeah,
sounds
because
fun.
your magic is farting.
Isaac, you've got the
It's so
achievement in real life, man.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've just had the bit where they raid the school for the second time. So, yeah. Great game.
That's fair enough.
If you don't like that kind of... It's pretty controversial, I guess. Wow. No, sorry. But yeah. I recommend that. And then I started watching Death Note.
Hell yeah.
Because I just got to the... I went episode 10, so I just got to the university stuff. The episode before that, which is when... You know the FBI agent's fiance? She talks to Light, and he... Bro, I wasn't... Like, even though you know he is Kira...
You know the outcome.
It's still so intense when he's just trying to figure out her name. And she's just... And then when he actually gets it, and she looks up and he goes, I'm Kira. And it's like, bro.
So fucking good.
And then... I don't really... Oh no, I watched 2 One Piece movies. Because I was like, oh. I'll watch these. And they were good. I liked them. Obviously the manga's better, but I really enjoyed it. I watched Film Red, which was like a musical, which is good. And then Stampede, which was really good. So yeah, that's it.
We need to get a tally counter of how many times you say One Piece in these podcasts.
Well...
Not even if you're talking about thing. If you just like, oh, I had 1 piece of chicken today. Like, we're still counting that. We need a tally.
So, with that done, we have a new segment from Isaac. If you want to...
Little,
I just noticed the name.
Sorry.
Oh, if
no,
your new segment, Isaac. We'll let you
My
explain
new
what it is.
segment.
What's it called, Isaac?
Yes. It is... What is it called, actually? Hold on.
Oh, I named it today.
Wow.
I'm not sure
Oh,
if
you
wanna
named
keep
it. I thought Isaac named it.
Yeah.
Isaac's Indie Inspection.
I like it.
We approve.
Or
Or...
Quantum's Indie Reviews. You know, either or, whichever you want to refer to.
Well, take it away. What's your indie game this
Well,
week? Explain what it is, actually. Then... Yeah.
So, I've been looking at indie games. I've jumped from a couple for this first one, but I think this game is a perfect opening one. Bad North. It's developed by a game developer called Plausible Concept. This is the only game they've ever made. It's a real-time strategy game released 6 years ago in 2018, where you play as the leader of a group of Viking generals and soldiers, and you have to defend procedurally generated islands, where if you win, you'll get coins to spend on upgrades as the islands get harder and harder to defend, and there's more and more enemies. And you'll have to follow a trail, and at the end of your turn, so it's sort of like a turn-based game, the storm, this is, not like an actual Fortnite storm, but you know what I mean, will like come behind you and take the islands away so you can no longer go back to them. So you have to keep moving on, and it's sort of a fight between, your strategy and the game.
Yeah.
Now eventually you move closer and you get to your final battle on the last island. I won't spoil too much about it, but you're fighting like 150 to 250 Vikings with 4 generals and about anywhere between 8 to maybe 40 soldiers. So, this is like the last stand. And and then you have to use all the knowledge you've gained. There's pikemen, there's archers, and then there's swordsmen. They all have different things, different abilities, work differently. Yeah. My favorite thing about Bad North is that you'll earn rewards through the run. So on your first run round, you might end up dying, losing all your commanders, and fail. But as you play, there are certain rewards you can get for just doing certain islands. So this island usually won't be out the way, but you'll unlock the item in the game you're playing, and then as an option to choose at the start of the next game you play, which I think is really good. And after you beat the game on hard difficulty, which I have done myself, you can unlock very hard. Now, very hard is, as it sounds, very hard, and I wouldn't recommend it unless you want to tear your eyes out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it isn't perfect, right? Like this is the first game that Plausible Concept ever made, but it is a really good game. The only thing I dislike about it, and this is literally the only thing I dislike about it, is it is very short. It's very fun, it's very simple, and the gameplay mechanics are simple but fun to use. But a full run takes around 3 to 5 hours, so you can get through it quite quick. But this is the only problem. It's a super fun indie game. I hope Plausible Concept make more games like this in the future. But yeah, overall, there's really no problems. I'd love to see future content updates like an endless mode, new abilities, or new commander types. But I think this is unlikely because the game hasn't received any major updates in the past few years, besides getting its Jotun edition, which just adds a few more things to the game. I don't even think they're doing bug fixes anymore. I don't think there are any bug fixes. Any bugs, I mean, in the game. At least none I've encountered. So, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get anything new for this. But Bad North is on PC, console, and mobile, ranging from $3.99 to $12.99 Great British pounds, if you're wondering.
Mm-hmm. What do you give it out? Are you going to do like a score?
Out of 10, yeah. I would probably give this game a 9 out of 10 as my first indie game review. It's very fun. There isn't much to do in it, but it's just very fun to play. It's one of those games you're playing on the side. The achievements are easy as well, but do present a bit of a challenge if you're looking for it. So
I was gonna cut in. I'm looking at reviews here on Backlogged, which is the video game equivalent for Letterboxd, and one of the reviews is just for Bad North is just penis domination.
I don't remember that bit in the game. But actually, now that you mention it, some of the enemies do look like they have tips, as on the helmets.
Yeah, I get what they mean.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, if you guys have any questions, I'll answer them. But
I've definitely seen this before on Game. It's on Game Pass, isn't it?
It was. It got taken off about a year or two ago. It might be back on it now, but I bought the
I've definitely
game
seen this
itself.
on Game Pass before.
It was at one point.
I didn't know it was. Well, you got anything else?
Now, if you guys don't have any questions,
no questions, man.
Then I think we can end.
Right, well, that was Isaac's Indie Inspection or Quantum's Subs
Indie
reviews. Yeah. I should also say that this won't be a weekly thing. This will be a bi-weekly thing. So next week there won't be one. The week after there will be. Then won't. Then will. Things like that. Yeah, so
I'm feeling
that is everything now. So.
I've not had a section named after me at all. Damn.
No, you need to make your own section.
I need to get working on it. Right.
So, I guess that's everything. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Right. Well.
Number 10, everyone. What a banger! Can't wait for another 10 weeks. And hey, maybe even 90 weeks. You stole the wish.
Oh yeah.
So obviously go, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
Mm-hmm. All social media. Don't forget we are on multiple platforms: YouTube, Spotify, and Amazon Prime.
Oh, we're not on Amazon Prime.
Not Amazon Prime.
We're not on Music, Apple Music, are we?
No, we're not on Apple Music.
Okay, so Spotify and Amazon Music. We do have some TikTok or shorts in the works. Because me and Isaac were sat there for 15 minutes after night and played a game. So Isaac's going to do that. Don't know when that will be coming out.
And then, did we?
Yeah, remember? We played the guessing game.
What guessing game?
Last night.
Oh, yeah.
And then on Halloween we have a special coming up which Isaac's been working on for the past week, maybe 2.
I'll mention this quickly now. Before I mention the Halloween special, Christmas special will come out around Christmas. We'll talk more about that in the future.
Yeah.
Halloween special is not the same as the Christmas special. I can't actually tell you anything Nathan and Daniel, I can't tell
We don't know
anybody
anything.
anything about the game, otherwise it would ruin what the game is. So, tune in for that. It won't be a live stream, unfortunately, because of Harry Butterworth, who you'll meet in one of the few episodes in the future. But it'll be fun. I think everybody will enjoy it. It's inspired by another video on YouTube, which I'll mention at the time, but I don't want to say now. For spoilers, because
Yeah.
if I say something, they're going to start researching it and then discover what it is.
Oh, well, the channel
So-
name. Yeah.
I'm
The
already,
channel.
I'm already trying to.
I
I'm
don't.
already
I don't want to
trying.
ruin it now. He's.
It is.
Put a lot of effort into this.
I watched this video 3 days ago, and I've almost finished doing it. It's only inspired by this video I watched, but it's been so much fun to make. It's kept me busy. I've had loads of ideas for other videos, other possible specials we could do for this,
Yeah.
and videos just for my own channel. Tomorrow I'm going to make loads of shorts for my channel and the AFK channel, with things that me and Nathan have done and stuff I've done by myself. So I've got a very busy week.
Yeah. And then
Yeah,
obviously,
sorry, I kind of rambled there.
Isaac obviously has a Discord server, which
Yes.
if you enjoy his Terraria streams, you join that if you want. We'll be in there. I mean,
Yeah,
Isaac will be in there
I
mainly.
have to
I'll
be.
just be
Yeah,
watching.
I
Me and Daniel will be observing over everyone. In the
Well, I
chat.
have to be there.
And yeah, Isaac doesn't know how to make a server,
So I have to be.
so so I guess that's everything.
Yeah,
See
no,
you next
right.
week. Isaac.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye, Sigmas.
There we go.